The Xennials, a micro-generation born between 1977 and 1983, sit at the unique crossroads of two vastly different worlds: the analog simplicity of Generation X and the digital innovation embraced by Millennials. Often referred to as the Oregon Trail generation for their childhood familiarity with the iconic computer game, Xennials experienced a blend of old-school traditions and the dawn of modern technology, making them one of the most adaptable and distinctive generational cohorts. Xennials grew up in a world before smartphones, social media, and constant connectivity. Their early years were defined by rotary phones, VHS tapes, and handwritten letters. They remember a time when the internet didn't exist but were young enough to fully embrace it when it arrived. They experienced childhoods filled with outdoor play, physical maps, and face-to-face interactions, balanced by an introduction to personal computers, early gaming consoles, and dial-up internet during their teenage years. This transitional upbringing gave Xennials a unique perspective. They understand the analog world of their Gen X predecessors and the digital native culture of Millennials. This duality makes them natural mediators, able to connect with both generations and adapt to a rapidly changing society. By the time Xennials reached their late teens and early 20s, the internet was becoming mainstream. They were some of the first to adopt email, instant messaging on AOL and MSN, and early social networks like Friendster and MySpace. Unlike Millennials, who grew up fully immersed in digital culture, Xennials remember the thrill of waiting for a slow internet connection or printing out MapQuest directions. At the same time, they experienced significant cultural shifts. The 1990s and early 2000s were formative years for Xennials, marked by iconic pop culture moments, from the rise of grunge and hip-hop to the dominance of blockbuster films like Titanic and The Matrix. These influences shaped their identity as a generation that values authenticity, creativity, and innovation. Xennials entered the workforce during a turbulent period. Many were just beginning their careers or graduating college during the early 2000s, only to face the dot-com bubble burst and the 2008 financial crisis. These events fostered a sense of resilience and pragmatism among Xennials, who learned to navigate economic uncertainty while balancing ambition with practicality. Unlike Millennials, who are often described as optimistic and purpose-driven, Xennials tend to approach life with cautious optimism, blending the realism of Gen X with the idealism of Millennials. As many Xennials transitioned into parenthood, they found themselves in a unique position. They are raising children in an era dominated by smartphones, tablets, and social media. Yet they remember a time when none of these technologies existed. This gives them a balanced perspective, allowing them to teach their children the value of both screen-free play and responsible digital use. What sets Xennials apart is their ability to bridge gaps. They understand the traditional values and skepticism of Gen X while embracing the technological fluency and social progress of Millennials. This adaptability makes them excellent leaders, collaborators, and innovators in a world that is constantly evolving. In many ways, Xennials are the generation of balance. They've experienced the best of both worlds, analog and digital, traditional and modern, and have learned to thrive in a society that often feels divided. They bring a unique perspective to the table, one that values connection, resilience, and the ability to adapt to change. Do you consider yourself a Xennial, or do you relate more to another generation? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Nexus for more explorations of the micro-generations and